For all of human history, one question has stayed completely out of reach. What actually happens inside your mind in the final moments of life? Not what comes after, just the last few seconds. What does the brain do? For thousands of years, the honest answer was, we have no idea. You can't plan to record it. You never know when it's coming. And then, in 2016, completely by accident, it happened. For the first time ever, scientists captured a human brain as it died. And what those final seconds revealed surprised everyone. It began as something completely routine. An 87-year-old man had come to the hospital after a fall. He developed epilepsy, and doctors needed to monitor his seizures. So they connected him to an EEG, a device that records brain waves. It reads the faint electrical signals your brain produces every moment. The plan was simple. Watch his brain, understand the seizures, help him. But during the recording, something no one expected happened. The patient suffered a sudden cardiac arrest, and the EEG was still running, still recording, the entire time. By pure, unrepeatable chance, science had its first recording of the electrical activity of a human brain as life ended. Now, here's what most people would assume happens. You'd think the brain just powers down, goes dark, switches off like a light. Activity fading to flat, silent nothing. But that's not what the recording showed. In the roughly 30 seconds before and after the heart stopped, the brain didn't go quiet. In a way, it came alive. The scientists saw a surge in something called gamma waves. And gamma waves aren't random noise. They mean something specific. Gamma waves are among the most fascinating signals your brain makes. They show up during your highest mental activity. When you concentrate deeply, when you meditate, and critically, when you remember, and when you dream. The exact pattern the dying brain produced looked remarkably like the pattern of vivid memory recall. The same signature your brain makes when you relive a moment from your past, which led the lead researcher to a breathtaking possibility. His name is Dr. Aimal Zemar, a neurosurgeon, and he chose his words very carefully. He suggested that the brain may, in its final moments, replay a last recall of important life events. In other words, the thing we've all heard about in stories. Your life flashing before your eyes. For the first time, there was a real biological hint that this ancient idea might have something real behind it. Not proof, but a genuine, measurable trace. And here's what made it even more compelling. This wasn't the first time science had seen this pattern. Years earlier, studies on rats found the very same thing. In the moments around death, their brains also produced a surge of gamma waves. The same high-frequency burst, the same coordinated rhythm, which raises a profound question. What if this isn't a random malfunction of a shutting-down brain? What if it's something the brain is built to do, a final, organized response, conserved across species? A last act the brain performs again and again throughout nature. But now comes the part that real science demands. We have to be careful, because this is just one recording. One patient, one brain, a single, unrepeatable moment. And it wasn't a healthy brain. This was a patient with epilepsy, brain injury, and swelling, all of which can affect brain waves on their own. Other scientists raised fair questions about how to read the data. We cannot know what the man actually experienced, if anything at all. The EEG shows the electrical activity. It can't show the inner experience. So this isn't a final answer. It's a first, astonishing clue. The very first time we've ever glimpsed this hidden moment at all. And it opens questions far bigger than one recording. If the brain stays active and organized for seconds after the heart stops, then when exactly does life truly end? The researchers themselves noted this changes hard questions, even practical ones, like the timing of organ donation. The line between life and death may be softer than we ever assumed. Less a sudden switch, and more a slow, quiet fading. It's easy to find this topic frightening. Most of us avoid thinking about it. But the scientists who made this discovery saw something else in it. They called it, of all things, a source of hope. Because if those final brainwaves mean what they might, then the brain's last act may be to gather your most meaningful moments. The people you loved, the moments that mattered, played one last time. We don't know that for certain. We may never fully know. But the idea that the mind might end not in fear, but in remembering, is a strangely beautiful thought to carry with us. The brain keeps its secrets to the very last second, and maybe a little beyond. If you want the real science behind life's biggest mysteries, without the myths and without the fear-mongering, subscribe to Fiuzaverse. We go where the questions are hardest.